The easiest way to start locking down on defense and start getting more stops is simply being one of the best defensive playbooks in the game. Luckily for you, I've simplified over 40 defensive playbooks here in Madden 26 into the top 3 you need to be using. Whether you're struggling to stop the run or want to get the quarterback on the ground in a hurry, I have the perfect playbooks for you, so you're not going to miss out on any of them that I have today. Let's jump right into it. Because that first one that I'm about to show you is the new meta defense. If you're not using the Raiders playbook right now, you need to start taking a look at it. Let me show you why. Alright, so what makes the Raiders playbook so dangerous is nickel double mug. And this is not the same as nickel 2-4, nickel 3-3 double mug. What I'm about to show you here is actually kind of crazy. So what we're going to see is we're going to come over to packages and we're going to scroll all the way over until we find the 4 defensive end package. What this is going to do, it's going to put 4 defensive ends on the field and it's going to put your 2 best DNs at D tackle, which is going to absolutely just confuse the offensive line and make it like impossible for them. Now, also Max Crosby is a 97 overall at defensive end, but when he moves to D tackle, if you move him without using this package, his ratings will drop. But because you're using the 4DN package, his ratings won't drop and he'll be the same kind of overall guy, and he'll be able to just annihilate a lot of these rushers. So what we're going to see right here is we're just going to send a regular 4-man rush. Now, you certainly could pass him in your defense and make your rush even better here, but what we're going to see is it's going to be a shed glitch. He's literally just going to instantly shed these dudes, and you're just going to notice how easy it's going to be for you now. It's like they have the chance to double team when you only send 4 people, which honestly opens it up for your edge guys, especially if your edge guys are super talented too. It's going to be a whole lot easier, but just look at Crosby. He's literally just not even having to do anything. He just pushes that guy into the quarterback, and the reason why this is so valuable is because guards aren't used to playing against defensive ends, right? They're used to playing against D tackles with power move. Well, your D ends a lot of the time have those super high finesse move, and it's going to make it pretty hard for these guards to block them. Now, if you want to make sure that everyone's in a one-on-one, you can send 5 like I'm going to do right here. Now everyone will be in a one-on-one, and just look at how fast 51's able to shed that 74 guy, do a swim move, and be able to get into the backfield. Essentially, this is going to make your organic pass rush way better without you having to use sheds, without you having to use twists, without you even really having to blitz, because you're able to get your best pass rushers in more advantageous situations and get quick pressure. All right, all you would then have to do is make sure that you're using over the middle of the field and taking away those quick passes. But pass can make your defense, and you're essentially just going to be able to get all these guys in one-on-ones, and just look at how it's just a party in the backfield. So really, this Raiders playbook, again, you can't get the 4DN package from nickel 2-4 double mug or 3-3 double mug. So having just nickel double mug here from the Raiders playbook is part of the reason of what makes it super good. All right, so if you found that breakdown of the new meta defense here in Madden 26 and the Raiders playbook helpful, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down Madden 26 tips and tricks, give you guys free defensive ebooks every single day, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content I have. But let's jump into those final 2 playbooks that you're not going to miss. Because that next playbook I'm going to break down is what I believe to be the overall best defensive playbook here in the game. Let me introduce you to the Vikings playbook. Alright, so if we come here to the Vikings playbook, the first thing I'm going to break down here is from nickel 3-3 odd. We're going to come into overload 3 press, right? We're going to make sure that we have defensive motion response disabled. We have our curl flats on 5, safety depth and close width on pinch, right? So normal just settings that we talk about all the time. We're going to show blitz by pressing RB twice, and so now it's going to look something like this. Now, the best thing that you can get is the running back is on the opposite side of your slot corner, which means you're going to be able to just turn these guys outside and make it very easy for you, turn this guard outside and make it easier to, just walk in the backfield. Now, here's the key thing with this blitz that so many people forget to tell you or just leave out. You cannot run it like this, because you're just going to give up a seam throw every time right here. Like, literally, I mean, you saw the blitz came in, but you're just going to give up a seam pass. And so that's the part that so many people miss when they're running this defense, is they don't take away the seam very well. So really, the way that you're going to change that is you already have your safety depth and close. Just put Harrison Smith in a deep path. So you're going to press Y twice, then press LB, and then left stick up to put him in a deep path, and then put your outside corner in a cloud flat instead of his outside third. So press Y twice, then X, left stick down to put him in a cloud flat. Now you're going to defend the seam pretty well, while getting that quick pressure. So you're going to notice it right here. We're going to, we're going to pass commit our defense, take the snap, move that guy outside, and that time you just notice how it's 2 guys coming in free. So the most important thing is moving that guard on the right side here in this case over, right? You want to move him outside. So you see how I go with my user, I go down and outside, kind of like a swoop motion, down and outside towards the sideline. That allows for this man to, basically shuffle his feet out there, and then no one picks up this man off the edge. Also, you're going to be able to see how 51 right here, no one blocks him either. The offensive line is totally confused. Like 3 of these guys are looking at my user, and so we're just able to have a party in the backfield. And obviously right there, 2 guys came in free, so if the running back was blocking, he would only be able to step up and block one of them. But something else that I want to point out is, even if they do block their running back here, he's not really going to do a great job of actually blocking because he's sliding over. He's coming from across the field. So we take the snap, boom, you see how that, like, he just gets pushed into the quarterback, although 2 guys came in free once again, so it really didn't matter right there. But he's just too late sliding over, and he's just going to get overpowered at the point of attack. So you see how Ashton Jenkins slides over right here, but it's like he's just going to get, because like slot corner is already too close to the quarterback. Also, once again, the offensive line just doesn't recognize this man at all. They just let him come in free because 66 is so focused on my user, even though I'm on the opposite side of him. But it's like, boom, come down, and then we just allow for 2 guys to come in free. So overload 3 press, a really great slot corner blitz, because again, you're really only sending 5 people, but you're able to get super quick pressure. But also, I want to break down a defense here from the Vikings playbook that pretty much no one's seen before. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into our coaching adjustments now, turn auto flip defensive play off, and we're going to come into cover 3 cloud, but we're going to hold our play call button here and scroll down until we find the left pirate 3-man custom stunt. Okay, and really what this is going to do, you're basically creating an overload blitz organically. So again, I would pass commit my defense, but I'm going to turbo engage with the offensive line, meaning I'm going to user lock, and then I'm going to press D-pad up, right trigger, left stick down, and then I'm going to get the attention of the center. And you see how when I get the attention of the center, we allow for our defensive end to loop all the way around, or sometimes our D tackle to loop all the way around, but sometimes our defensive end just comes in free because he's looping inside. So really the most important thing is trying to have an aggressive engage with the center. So again, standing right here and then spamming the A button as soon as I get the snap. And then you see how that's what I'm talking about, where there's going to be times where Van Ginkel, the edge guy, the defensive end, comes in completely clean, because essentially when you get the attention of the center, you're creating a 3-on-2 overload over here. So I have the attention of the center, there's 2 linemen, we have 3 defensive guys, and so that just makes it to where they can't block all of us, and so we're able to get that really quick pressure. And you're really back into coverage though, so you're getting the best of both worlds, where the faster you spam A, the faster you get off the block, you're able to get back over the middle of the field, take away Brock Bowers on that crossover, take away whatever they have over the middle of the field. But it's really one of the most unique blitzes in the game because it's a stunt. It's a stunt that gets through. It's a stunt that creates the overload, right? So you don't even really have to do anything. Everything's pretty much pre-snap. Pass commit your defense. User lock. Right here, we're gonna have them block their running back to give them a little bit of extra protection. But it's like, if that man comes in free, right, the running back's still going to have a tough time blocking him. That time he just absolutely whiffs, and we're able to get that pretty quick pressure. So again, right there, it's just a left pirate 3-man custom stunt, getting the attention of the center by user locking, spamming A to get off the block, create the 3-on-2 on that left side, and you're going to be reaping the benefits from, again, only a 4-man rush. Alright, so again, if you found that breakdown of the Vikings playbook, the best defensive playbook here in the game, helpful, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I'm the only one right now breaking down Madden 26 tips and tricks that can actually help you get better every single day, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content I have. But if you want that full Vikings defensive ebook with the full write-ups, video breakdowns, screenshots, everything you're going to need to dominate on defense, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can use code YouTube to get 20% off. I guarantee to transform the way you play defense. And let's jump to that final defensive playbook, because this is the defensive playbook that Drini used to win the $1 million Madden Bowl, along with a bunch of other pros dubbing the Jaguars playbook as their go-to. Let me show you why. All right, really what makes this Jaguars defense so valuable here is dime 3-2. So coming to your coaching adjustments, make sure you turn auto flip off. You could have safety depth and close width on pinch. We're going to come into cover 4 quarters, all right? And really what you have to do to make sure that this loop blitz works correctly, it's taking this blitzing linebacker right here and bumping him into the other linebacker who's in the 3-rep cook, all right? I want you to pay attention to, if I just take this man and move him over, there will be times where, and it's probably happening for you, he'll move back, right? Luckily that time he didn't, but the safest way is to just move him over, bump him. Now he's gonna stay, take this man, stand right here, and then try to move these guys outside, and then you're just able to see how you're gonna be able to get that loop blitz. Now, if you try this in practice mode, I'm just gonna tell you guys, I've tried it many times. The blitz doesn't really work in practice mode because practice mode is played in simulation difficulty. I'm in a game, so I'm on competitive, right? And so really once you get onto competitive, this is going to work a whole lot better for you. But it's like you're just going to get looping pressure right through the A gap. But again, you don't want to just, because you see how I move him over, he goes back. But as soon as I bump him right here, boom, your controller vibrates, you touch him into that linebacker, then you take control of him. Now he's going to stay. You're going to pass commit your defense, and then you're just going to get that looping pressure. Now, there's going to be, it's a 4-man rush, so it's like no blitz is going to work every single time. It's really important to have great coverage on the back end as well, but setting it up like that's going to make sure that you have a chance to get that looping pressure right through the A gap. And it's like, it's only a 4-man rush, so even if you get it 1 time out of 4, that's still going to be a huge problem for the other team. Right, and they do not want to see that. But also, really what makes this so dangerous is you have automatic run defense, right? If you come into any play, really, but cover 4 quarters is a great one. If you stand directly inside the butt of this defensive tackle right here, right, you don't even have to set up the blitz. You can set up the blitz if you want to, but if you stand directly inside this guy's butt, you notice how there's now a flame icon over the top of one of these guys. Right, so the offensive line is going to let one of us come in free. That time they're going to let my user come in free, and so I'm just able to come in completely clean and make tackle. And hopefully it would be a little bit cleaner than that. We'll go through it one more time right here just to show you. But you're essentially going to get automatic run defense because against any inside run, whether it be base, 0-1 trap, inside zone, you're just going to get this auto run defense. So again, there's a flame icon, so as soon as they snap the ball, I come in free and I tackle Tony Pollard. That's part of the reason why this dime 3-2 formation is so popular, because you're able to get that looping pressure right through the A gap with cover 4 quarters, and you're going to be able to have automatic run defense by simply standing in that spot, retargeting the offensive line, and just shutting down the run completely. Alright, so if you enjoyed that breakdown of the top 3 defensive playbooks you need to be using here in Madden 26, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. Again, I break down Madden 26 defensive tips and tricks every single day, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content I have. But again, if you want my full Vikings defensive ebook with the best written breakdowns, screenshots, video breakdowns of everything you're going to need to dominate on defense here in Madden 26, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can use code YouTube to get 20% off, and I guarantee you'll transform your defense. But if you want to see the top 3 offensive playbooks you should be using, check out this video right here. I'll see you over there. Peace.